Jacobs of Illinois on the show, and he was talking about his strange experiences that he had throughout his entire life. But most notably, he talked about an incident that happened in 1986 when he was stationed on a base in Southern California, and he was taken someplace in the middle of the night by these alien beings who have apparently been part of his life since he was a young child, since he was at least 5 years old. And they took him to some place. He thought it was some sort of a underground facility. Perhaps he wasn't sure. It looked like on one part, it looked one side. He saw one wall. It looked like it was bored out in rock. And he talked about this strange experience that he had. He said he saw other people there, and they were all like in a trance off to the side. And other aliens they were off in groups basically, and other aliens were there just staring at them and I guess tending to them, while he was brought before some sort of a screen by these other aliens, including most of them were short ones, but except there was one tall one, and they were showing him images, apparent future events that they were showing him. And it looked like what was going to happen in the future at some point, according to these movies that Marvin Jacobs was shown, that the world was going to come to an end. Basically, it looked like German planes were flying over the United States, dropping chemical and biological bombs, and people were choking in the streets, and then the earth just ended. That's how this movie ended. And he wasn't given any sort of an explanation about this. It didn't make any sense to him at the time. He thought, well, there's
Good
no way
morning,
why
my
would they be
friends.
attacking the United States. But that's what he was shown.
Warren,
He didn't
what's
provide any
up?
explanation. They were just staring at him. He felt like they
Thank
were
you for stopping
studying him and
by.
concentrating on his
Grizzly, my
reaction or something, his
sister.
emotions. He knows, but they didn't provide any sort of an
Hope you're
explanation.
good.
So he's lived like this his
Daniel,
whole life. Since 1986, he had this strange
how are you doing, my
encounter with these beings
friends?
where they took him away, took him to some place, underground place. It was huge, he said. It
Okay,
was
I'm
as
sorry,
big as a
we could have
football
put
field. And
subtitles
they
on
showed him
this
this
man.
movie that showed pretty much the end of the world. And I know there's some people out
Scott,
there that
what's up?
don't
Good
believe in these
morning.
stories, okay? And I just want to, before we go any further, I just
11
want to
o'clock over here, my
talk about this,
friends.
because people out there
It
who don't
was a
believe in this
very
phenomenon,
stormy outside last
you're
night.
making a huge mistake. This phenomenon is absolutely real.
I love this man's channel. It's amazing.
I wake up in bed. I kind of sensed someone was in my house, but base is very secure, so I wasn't very concerned. And I sit up in bed, and I lose consciousness. And in a second, I am in this cavernous space. I mean, it looked like an underground cave, but it was massive. Looked like perhaps a football field, the size of a football field. I looked, very damp. There was dim lighting, but I didn't see any lights. I look to my left and I see people, adults, children, in groups of maybe 3 or 5 against the wall to my left. And with every group, there's a grave. And these people are static. They're not moving at all. And it might have been, 10, 12 groups of these people. Then to the right, to the left of me, there's a grave. And they grab me by my arms and walk me forward to like a movie screen, but it's just suspended in the air. I'm looking to see what's holding it
Coffee
up.
time! John P. loves
And
you.
when I get there
We
on
got
the platform, there's perhaps 8 graves to the right of me, smaller graves, and they're all looking at my temporal lobe. They're not looking at this movie screen. Well, a movie pops on, and it's a scene of people walking around, a normal scene, and then overhead there are aircraft, like bombers. And I thought they kind of set this up because I was in the aviation field, and maybe it was something I could relate to. And these aircraft are German aircraft. And I could actually hear the pilots talking, and they're bombing America. And they're saying it's time for you to, this is your payback. And it's really strange. And I turned to the grave, which is the leader to my right. And I said, what is this? I said, Germany is an American ally. So whatever you're showing me this for doesn't make sense. And they didn't respond. And they're bombing America. It was the craziest thing. And they actually bombed to the point where it was a world war. And the next scene that I'm looking at is the earth. And I heard his voice say that it's over, the world is over, the world is dead. And I began to cry. It was just horrific. And I'm crying, and then the next thing I know, I'm back in bed and the sun's coming up.
And so at the time, you didn't know what to think about it for a long time. And so now you're seeing stuff on the news, and you're thinking, there's issues here with the United States and NATO, and all of a sudden you feel like maybe that was a vision of the potential future or the future.
Yeah, it's like a connection was made. I know back then, I'm sure I'd heard who Donald Trump was, and he becomes president. And now, there's these issues with NATO, and NATO and the relationship is not friendly anymore. So I began to think, because at the time, I still thought this was madness. Germany's a NATO ally. And now I see, the NATO alliance and all these issues.
Making coffee, my people. Onin Carlos. Bom dia, amiga.
How did they foresee, and this was really, how did they foresee this? And what does it mean? And why did you tell me this? Show me this. Now, I don't have a podcast. I've never written a book. I'm just a regular guy. I mean, this is is this something that's going to happen or could happen? So then it caused me to think, are these beings from the future? And they're coming back to tell me this is going to happen. And what am I supposed to do? I'm telling you. So perhaps I'm handing you this ball, but I don't know what to do with this.
I know there are some people out there who will say, well, maybe it was just a dream or something to that effect. That's what some people will say. Well, let me just tell you, right? We have evidence now that shows we're not alone, okay? I'm just going to go through a few cases here that I talked about on this show over the past year, okay? For one, there was a case that occurred. I didn't talk about this until recently, but it originally occurred in Rhode Island back in 2024, okay? Now, there was a man named John who lives on this property, a rural property in Rhode Island. He captured what looks like some sort of an orb that was floating around his property in August of 2024, and it splits in two. And I talked about this case on my show late last year. John actually appeared as a guest on crime scene reconstruction expert Scott Roeder's podcast late last year to talk about this incident as well. And to me, right, it's possible that what we're seeing in this is some sort of a non-human intelligence controlled phenomenon occurring. That's what I think is possible. Is it proof? No, this does not constitute proof. But when this orb breaks in two, it looks like we see what could be beings on either side of the orb all of a sudden that weren't there before. There was nothing there before, and then all of a sudden it looks like there could be. Now, I know I've heard from some people who say that this is just spider webs or spider cocoons or something that's close to the camera, and I'm making a big mistake here. But the problem that I have with that argument is that you see something appear next to this smaller orb that breaks off from the larger one. You see something that looks potentially like extraterrestrial. And on top of this, right, we know that John was having strange stuff happening to him. He was feeling fear for reasons unknown, right? There was all kinds of stuff that's going on in his life. He's having experiences himself and that he can't explain. And then you have this showing up on his security camera late at night, and then on the same night, another security camera pointed in a different direction on this property captured some other weird anomalous stuff going on. There's no explanation for any of this stuff, right? Now, some people could say, well, it could be anything, and that's true, right? Maybe it is, right? You could say maybe there's something there, maybe not, or you could say some people are going to say, well, this isn't true because non-human intelligence that's not proven. Okay, you could think that. So you keep that in your back of your head for now. That's fine, right? So then just more recently, I did another show where I talked about I had a young woman come on the show. She goes by the handle Street Capture, and she had this incredible story that of something that occurred to her and her former partner back in 2018 in Oregon. They experienced a missing time. They experienced a weird teleportation. They don't know how it happened. I went through this in the previous episode. If you want to get all the details for that, you could check that out. But then they also, at the conclusion of this whole weird series of events, they were visiting their street capture's grandmother in Oregon, in Cave Junction in Oregon. And when they got to this place, her former partner saw what looked like an alien in the backyard. He said it was staring at him. And then later on, Street Capture filmed this with her cell phone, and she might have captured what might be an alien or aliens on the video. Now, I talked about this extensively in that previous podcast, and it might be, and maybe it is an alien, maybe it's not. Just like with the video from John from Rhode Island, that
It's
might
an
be
alien.
it's not, okay? And I know some people are going to say, well, maybe it's not.
Carlos,
So
it's
it can't be an alien. I know that some people are going to say that.
it's a galien.
Right? Keep that in mind. And then another incident that happened was
Carlos, it's a galien.
last year. I talked about it a lot. Was a
Run.
from Compton, California, who captured something on her security camera, on her ring camera on the side of her house.
Onin, good morning.
Walking near her side porch. The being was walking near her side porch. And she had two other cameras, one in the front of the house, one in the back, but those didn't activate. All of these cameras were motion activated. The one in the front didn't activate, the one in the back didn't activate, but for some reason the one on the side did activate. And she captured what looks like an alien creature walking by her house. Now, there's been a lot of debate about whether this is an alien creature or not. There was this group called the Corridor Crew, a very popular YouTube channel. They said they 100% debunked it when they did not. They tried to say that what we really were seeing here is a guy carrying a jug or a bag or something to that effect, but there's no evidence of that there. And on top of it, 15 minutes before this happened, her aunt, Jessica Ortiz's aunt, who lives in a house near her next door, she heard something land on her roof, some sounds on the roof, and then she heard some scratching.
So my
sounds.
friends,
Scared
it
her
started
so
raining
much.
again.
Midnight, early June, and she heard so many scratching sounds.
Paul,
Scared her
what's
so much,
up?
saying her prayers.
Just started raining again, guys.
I mean, we can't prove one
Yesterday
way or the other
was
whether he was an alien
very,
or not.
very rainy.
Jessica
I don't know
Ortiz's
if you
house,
guys
it looks like-
remember.
I think it probably is, right? You can't prove 100% that they're...
Carlos, do you remember last night? It was crazy.
Her grandmother's
Oh, this is banana, Carlos.
There's just not enough visual evidence there. All you really have is her story.
Hey,
the video
a
that-
galien. Look, a galien over there.
John from Rhode Island. We can't prove that 100% either. However,
No, we love our
all
brother
of those
from
things, right?
Quirk.
Just like Marvin Jacobs' story, right? People could wonder whether it's real or not. Some people will say, well, I maybe believe it. Some people say they
How are you
believe it.
guys
Some people
doing?
don't believe it.
Everybody,
Guess what?
move
There's
your
a
body.
possibility that it could all be real. And there's a good chance that they are real. And I'll tell you why. It's because there's no question. There's absolutely
Yesterday I had some food at KFC.
We just had it. I talked about it all the time on the show.
It was quite good, I have to
Almost
admit.
2 years now, right?
I ate the junior menu.
When we were able to prove without any doubt whatsoever.
I stopped here for a little bit, Carlos, but it started again now.
We have multiple different security camera videos, police body cam videos, and also a robo-taxi video owned by Amazon capturing.
Oh, a robo-taxi.
And it landed in a backyard in Las Vegas, the backyard of a family called the Kenmore family. Okay. It landed there. We have the evidence of this strange object filmed from multiple different cameras, multiple different areas of the country, and that pocket.
So remember that, Carlos. People were saying that was a meteorite. This guy, Carlos, he's still adamant it were UFOs, okay? So, Carlos, remember, it is normal that
father and son
The
caught by one of the
UFOs, they're
soldiers
gonna
that
be
there were aliens
similar
in their
to a
backyard. They were
meteorite
terrified.
or
It
something
took
like
the
that, you
police
know?
over an hour to show up, unfortunately. Too bad they didn't get there right away. Maybe we would have the story
Okay,
with more luck
that's
tonight.
here is
Who
a
knows?
stronger rain,
But it took the
Carlos.
police over an hour to get there. By the time they got there, it seemed like
But it's
everything was
foggy
gone.
as well.
But let me just tell you something. They filmed a minute and 41 seconds worth of footage that was analyzed by a world-renowned crime scene expert, and that's Scott Roeder, right? Him and his team looked at that. They determined that that cell phone footage was authentic. There was no CGI in it. And when you look at that footage throughout that 1 minute and 41 second long footage, there's alien creatures coming in and out of view throughout the whole thing. We've examined it from top to bottom. It's real. There is something really here. There's no question about it. And in fact, the government knows this too, because you know what happened after this incident occurred. You know, they actually installed a Homeland Security camera at that property for several days to monitor what was going on there. That's
Yes.
how seriously the government has taken this. And apparently, this family was
Crazy,
you know,
guys.
to quit talking
Did you
about
listen to this?
and there's a lot more to this story than what I'm talking about here. But the bottom line is that we have evidence
They
now
installed
that this is a real phenomenon. I
own
can sit here and tell you my stories. I could say, yeah, there was an alien in my bedroom when I was a kid. I could tell you about that in the 1970s. I could tell you that in the mid 1990s, I was on a nighttime fishing trip with a friend and we saw a UFO up close and personal. You can believe it or maybe you don't have to believe it. But here's the bottom line: there is something here, right? If I were to tell you a story, yeah, I was out fishing the one night and saw a deer. Well, why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you believe me? Because you know deer are real. But now there's a non-human intelligence here.
I
And it's
believe.
real. We know it now because you should know it. Everybody should know it now. Every scientist in the world should be acknowledging this. Right? Just today,
I believe.
James Fox had a press conference with a bunch of witnesses from the
I believe.
Margina case from 1996 that happened, where something
Okay, so there
and a lot of
was.
people there saw alien beings. And they're still talking about it. It's not been disproven all these years. That's because it happened. It really did happen, right? There's not the physical evidence to show it to anybody. We don't have anything on film at this point to show what the creature looks like, even though a lot of people did see these creatures. But something was definitely there. There's no doubt about this. You have to know this at this point. There's all these people wouldn't be contriving a story like this together and maintaining it for this long. Right? There's just no. It's 30 years ago now. It was January.
Oh, guys, there is some nice history here. I have
And then you think about the aerial
Atlantida and MU.
field. I mean, how can you deny it? Over 60 little elementary school kids see on a recess see a flying saucer and alien creatures, and one of the alien creatures communicates telepathically to a handful of those kids, and they give them.
Oh, I love
Visions
this
in their head
case.
of destruction, and they give them this warning about
Okay, so guys, I feel like a UFO story, but unfortunately, the available ones are the history stories.
I've touched on this before a little bit, but I think we really need to start driving this point home, right? Because
There's one about the cosmic stations, about the Soyuz, the Salute, War in Space. I don't like that very much. Oh, we have this. Oh, I just found out. We got a new one. Guys, we're going to do this one here. Curb, what's up? We're going to do an airplane driver found a moving cloud following him. Look how crazy.
There's a lot of different people that alien abductees that under hypnosis they see what the future brings is these.
Okay, let me put the music for you guys. Oh, I'm so glad there's still music here. There's still story here. I wasn't sure. Now, where are you? Here you are. Okay, we can call this show Coffee and a Banana. Na 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 na. How are you doing, my brother Curb? We're gonna start a UFO story, and it's a long one, and it's a very close to Carlos. Have you heard that, Carlos? This story is from Montalegre to Coimbra. Carlos, from Montalegre to Coimbra. Craig, what's up? Look at how my things are, guys. Look. Fireplace, magazine, coffee and phone, and banana. Relax steel. Ever seen. We doing good, my brother Craig, and you, my brother. How you been? No one can contest. It's freaking cold here. Good morning, Glenn. Okay, so the story is called 2 Hours of a Ride, under brackets, a ride of a bizarre cloud. Rolling through the snow. Below. No one can contest Brother Frills. Guys, I cannot turn the fireplace today because it's cold. Oh, sorry. It's windy. Line. Brother Frills, our brother. Ba-da-da, ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. Ba-ba-da. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-ba. Ow. Oh, wait. This one here is for my brother Juan. Wherever you may be, my brother. They were in the night. Bigfoot. Oh, why? Oh, I. Okay, let me see if I can put this lower down a little bit. Shani, good morning, my sister. Shani, yesterday I was gonna talk about the beekeeping and it flashed and I was like, afterwards I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to talk about the beekeeping with my sister Shani. Mwah. Hope you have a wonderful day. Baby Mel, which means honey, is at school today. John P loves you. Oh wait. You see, it was a little spider. Awesome. I love the bees and nature. I've been stinged before, but I do like it, and I tell you, maybe, I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid because of the kids. But I know people who had it, and it was fine. Everybody, please connect with each other. Sandra, Shani, Glenn, Craig, Carlos, my brother from Portugal, Curb, Paul, Wolven, Onin, Scottish Mike, love you brother, Terry B, Warren, big hugs. Grizzly, my sister, and Daniel Barry. John P loves you, my friends. Let's start the story, friends. The date was 7th of January 1977. What time was it? 3:15 in the afternoon. Area, Paços de Ferreira. Witness, controller of radar of a base of interception and alert in Portugal. Identity not divulged by request. The following interview reproduces it versus the movement of UFOs period that corresponds to the first days of the year of 1977. Activity that was notified by the usual means of detection by radar of the FAP. FAP must be like Federation of Airplanes, something like that, I'm not sure. Or military. The experience of the interviewee and on his quality of controller of one of the main stations of Portuguese detection of airplanes comes to confirm some of the most important observations of UFOs in some of the national territory in Portugal. Okay guys, this is where it happened. So as you can see, Peter Benton! Big hugs, my brother. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Please connect, everybody. Peter is my beautiful brother. Shani is my beautiful sister, beekeeper. Please connect with Shani, please, as well. Shani, your helmet looks like. Oh, brother, thank you. Look, look, look. Thank you so much. So this happened here, okay? Guys, I live here, look. Okay? This is for the trolls. I don't mind you knowing where I live, look. This is the River Douro, the UFO river I talked to you about. And it happened north here in Montalegre. I've been here, guys. There's some incredible waterfalls in the middle of the forests. Big hills. It's beautiful, guys. Beautiful. People say Ronaldo has a house over there. This is Spain already, this area. Okay, so apparently the UFO was spotted there. So it came down quite big to Anadia Aveiro. Oh, beautiful, Shani. Shani, we have like a park here, like a little private zoo, and they got a butterfly sanctuary. It's beautiful because when I go there, I always look for the butterflies, and sometimes I find a lot, and sometimes I just don't find any. But it's funny. Okay, let's continue, my friends. Let's see where I can go. Okay, where are we? We need more. Okay, so usually the area of the city of Guarda. Throttle, good morning, brother. Please connect, everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Good morning, my friends. Beautiful. Where are we? Oh, here we are. So these had separate witnesses in between them in the space and time, both of them pointing to the same type of entity or humanoid. Equally observed by one of these witnesses on the proximities of immobile UFO at low altitude. Andrew, good morning, my brother. Everybody, please connect with my brother Andrew. He's my UFO friend from Florida. Show him some love, my friends. The interviewee radar controller, possesses 7 years of experience on their functions, he affirmed. Clearly, the detection of these targets, the UFOs targets, on the referred period were always different from the situations that until now he had experienced. Shani, my brother Andrew, he does beekeeping as well. I forgot to tell you that, Shani. I got a video of him doing the bees at night, putting the little smoke. Andrew, please connect with my sister Shani. She does beekeeping as well. Oh, bless, Shani. I'm so happy they just say hi to you. They already know you. What a blessing. Oh, bless Andrew. Don't worry, we'll get them the UFOs soon. He affirmed that clearly the detections of the UFO targets on these periods were all different from the situations he had experienced. He referred initially that the up-to-date systems of radar being more sophisticated permitted a detection a better detection, contributing equally for such situation the fact that this vigilance is made during 24 hours of the day. On these first days in 1977, the routine of the identifying identification of the requests of these flying saucers was breached by the non-compliance of that obligation from a UFO not identified. Okay, so USA Inc., good morning. Thank you very much for stopping by. Connect everybody. We're doing this case here, guys. It's I think that's an airplane pilot, and he found this bizarre cloud. Okay, but this cloud was detected on the radar systems. Okay, and this is what he's gonna say now. The pilot refused to go in the cloud. Okay, so the rate of action of the radar from the radar station, is from 220 miles on the planimetric. And planimetric is horizontal detection reach, and the height is 40,000 feet in height. Okay, the reach of our station goes until Lisbon, and south of the capital the detection is made by another station. So as you can see, the radar stations, they can detect for 220 miles. Nowadays, oh, Shani, you do bees as a hobby then? Shani, it does rhyme. Bless my sister. But my wife does a little bit of bookkeeping as well. But she's a children educator. I do think bookkeeping is a very safe work, and it's a work that it will never stop requiring people to work in that area. My day. Okay, so the other station, which the rate of action goes until the Mediterranean Sea. For the airplanes, the identification is not hard once that they dislocate in corridors, predetermined areas, okay, on the sky. That's why they pass right in front of my house, because they use this corridor to land on the airport, okay, which is maybe about 20 miles, 15 miles from here. extraordinary movement could be military or civil, particular, civil question mark. Once in a while, some of these airplanes forget of reporting their route, and we are forced to ask identification. Relatively to those weird targets, I can add that on a Friday, on the 7th of January, therefore, I was in service. I had the opportunity of following one of those objects on the screen of the radar. Let me tell you another story. Days before, Tuesday and Wednesday, there had been identical detections, and as it's habitual, there were targets of reports involving all of the data, relative and coordinates, hours, etc. On that Friday, that happened, the same thing happened at about 15 hours and 15 prolonging the situation until 4 o'clock 40. So guys, this took more than an hour. It took 1 hour and a half for them to watch this object. Me too, Shani. I have an electric little mini bike. Actually, my brother Carlos has one. My brother Super Dave. My brother Jamie. Super Dave is from America. Jamie's from London. And Carlos is 2 hours from me here in Portugal. 1 hour. And we all ride. But Shani, it's been so cold for me that I haven't ridden since like 2 months. Oh, this is my wife's song. Okay. Curiously, the signal registered on the radar was identical to the one of an airplane. Detail confirmed later by the mean of the devices that try the interception of the visual interception. It is to remind the fact that the altimetric radar does not detect the target. It doesn't detect the target in relation to the other airplanes. The fact that on Tuesday and Wednesday before, that there had been registered the same signals on the radar, and the relation to the same objects were not identified. The referred object started to being detected at the time referred, dislocated south on a zone between Montalegre and Chaves. Okay? Here. This area. Oh my gosh, Basque country, it's cold as hell, man. I tell you, it's very cold. And the Basque country, they're known for their UFOs as well. Because of the high concentration of nature, I think. Therefore, it traveled south until Pendono, which is here. Okay, so it came down there. Sernancelho, which is a little bit lower. Then it started turning over the course of the river Mondego, which is here. This is River Mondego here. and it turned like that, and this is the river. Okay. I tell you, the details are amazing. And then it's stopped over the area of Anadia. Anadia is not very far away from Coimbra, okay? Where it stayed for some time. Later, it dislocated again south. He stayed It stayed over the river Mondego for about 1 hour. Okay? Um, sorry, I have to, let's forget this last phrase. Later, it went south a little bit until Coimbra, where it stopped again over the river Mondego for about a quarter of an hour. Okay, right over here, Carlos. Look, it passed right over you, Carlos. Look. Crazy, right, brother? Nice one, Carlos. There's some nice roads there, I know, to travel by bike, right? People love to do the bike. The mountain bike, not mountain bike, the biking. Yes, right, Carlos and Adia? I stayed there for one night. It was very cold. All of this path, it was made at a medium velocity of about 70 to 80 kilometers per hour, about 50 miles an hour, okay? During a little bit more than 2 hours, it verified only a netted increase on velocity after the second try of interception made on the area of Anadia, where the object had traveled between 2,200 and 300 kilometers per hour. So it started scrabbing away, guys. Interesting. So it was maybe an airplane from the military was already being sent there, guys. I don't know. Recapitulate. Okay, here we go. It scrammed because of the jet fighter that was sent by Oh, awesome, Usain, my brother. Oh yes, Carlos, you've heard of this one? Awesome, Carlos. This one here apparently was a cloud, like a electric static cloud. 81, what's up? Thank you for stopping by, my friend. Please connect everybody with my friends Free Spirit and Usain and Shani, Carlos, Andrew. John P loves you, my friends. Thank you for being here. Full throttle. Okay, we only have one page, guys, so it's 1 page and a half. Actually, 2 pages, maybe. Okay, so let me put this in a good way. Okay, here we go. Recapitulating, a first jet fighter had left Montreal military base and had tried his first contact over the region of Sernancelh, right here. So I suppose the X and the Y, they are the military fighters. Legend, Z, entrance of the area of the UFO in Portugal. Trajectory is the dotted line. First interception by the FAP airplane. Second interception of the same way. Here, immobilization of 15 minutes over the river, and then it disappeared south, okay? Hope you have a wonderful morning, my friend. Big, big hugs. We're more or less in the middle of this UFO story, which is a moving cloud over Portugal. And a jet fighter was scrambled, guys, to check it out. And remember, guys, this was in 77. So imagine, in 77, we were already a little bit psychotic about the airspace. Chair Bear, love you, my sister. Good morning. Everybody check my sister, Chair Bear 17. We love you very much, my sister. Big, big hugs. Connect, my friends. Okay, so the first jet fighter tried contact in Sernancelho, but the pilot could not register any type of flying object or device. Meanwhile, it had been solicited, asked me that I I got in contact with the military police distributed all along the trajectory of the pathway of this object. Let's remind that on the time that I was contacting the military police in Sernancelho, the airplane of Montreal was flying that region, insisting I asked the agents if they weren't seeing nothing on the sky, including the jet fighter, because the pilot of the jet fighter had informed us that the target of his radar coincided. Ai, tá aqui uma mosca. Coincided. Oh my god, this is getting interesting, Carlos. You were 7 years old. Oh my gosh, Carlos. Amazing, right, brother? Uh, Here we go. They're gonna talk about the aspect of the cloud, okay? The pilot of the airplane had informed us that his radar coincided with the target of the radar coincided with a cloud, okay? A cloud like this, guys, look. Like a shiny cloud. Different color. We're gonna get there, guys. On the details. I hope we do have some good details over here. Um, from informations of the military police on the ground, the weather was good, and there were in fact a few clear clouds. The pilot of the airplane had talked on such coincidence that one of those clouds was the target of his radar. Flying at about 10,000 feet, the jet fighter it came down to at about 3,500 feet, to which will give an idea of the altitude of such cloud. Even though the official insistences that controlled the operation, the pilot of the jet fighter refused to go in the cloud that he described as being a cumulus that was gliding on this area of Sernancelhas together with other clouds observed by the police. Okay? The cloud had about 5,000 feet of thickness and a borracha? Aonde? Por causa de quê? Porrada. Okay, let's continue, guys. Where were we? Ah, here it is. Um, so the cloud had 5,000 feet of thickness and 3,500 feet of diameter. And following the description of the guard, the tonality was very clear. For all effects, the pilot thought best he did not get inside the cloud. After gliding for some time on the area, the pilot gives up and goes back to the base without having identified the target that was being misunderstood by that mysterious cloud. Soon, another airplane lifts off from São Jacinto that, when approximating from the object, passing inclusively by in front of him, makes that this one dislocates. Wait a second. Okay, so São Jacinto is a military base nearby. Road King, what's up? Kinetics, good to see you, brother. John P loves you, my friend. Okay, so São Jacinto is close by me, guys. It's near the beach, a little bit south. So this object, another airplane lifts off in São Jacinto, and when it approximates the object, it passes inclusively in front of it. It makes this object dislocate at about 7 miles south. The pathway this path was made in about 1 minute. So in 1 minute the cloud did 7 miles, guys. Look at the velocity. Kinetic, my brother Carlos, he's a biker. Photos, love you, Demi, my sister. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. Big, big, big hugs. Hope your beautiful pets are mingling well today. Okay, this music is not mine. Okay. Apparently, from what the airplane observes, continues to be the cloud, which position coincides equally with the target registered in our radar. In its movement and traveling, the cloud altered significantly its altitude, reaching, lowering down through the information of the pilot to about 2,500 feet. When we distinguish the clouds from the rest of the mobile targets in space, in aerial space, it is point fix that for us there is no possible confusion. It's appearing on the radar. Usually we register the passages of the known of the called fronts in meteorology. It is distinct from what we were catching that Friday. Its tragic its pathway was too intelligent, coinciding almost with the pathway of an airplane TAP Bragança Lisboa. So the pathway, it was using the pathway of the airplanes, okay, the aerial pathway. The wind was blowing from 040050 with an intensity of about 440 knots, precisely from the back of this stalled cloud. The pilots proceeded the visual contact at until 5:30, from this hour the approximation of getting dark, the sun setting, did not permit, and it did not permit the flying of the airplanes. Okay, like that, we did not only us had to accompany the pathway of the suspect cloud, from which we lost trace suddenly from about 1 mile south of Coimbra. Maybe by the fact that we could not account with the altimeter to measure the height. Hemlada, good morning, good night, good afternoon, my sister. John P. loves you. Oh, bless Kinetic. I know what's Graves' disease. It hurts it hurts on your knees. It hurts when you see, and it hurts when you go to the toilet. Am I right, Kinetic? I'm an osteopath, brother. Graves' disease. It hurts when you see. It hurts on your knees, and it hurts when you pee. I've learned that mnemonic when I was in England. Let me know if I'm right. It may not be the one, but my memory is a little bit photographic, so I may be right. Sorry, it may be Lyme's disease. It may be Lyme's disease, what I'm thinking. But it's very common to hurt your knees. And that's, why? Because that disease causes some abnormality on the protein that you have on the eyes, you have on cartilage, and you also have oh, bless the free spirit, my sister. I didn't know. I thought you were my brother. So, because of that, mwah, my sister. Bless you, my sister. I know people who have that, and it's not easy. Okay. So it may be Graves' disease that I'm thinking of. I may be right, brother? Big blessings. Please, my friends, hope you do find a dietary way to keep those problems under control. Usually diet does help a lot. You just have to try healthy different things, okay, my friends? John P loves you. Big prayers to everybody. I also want to say a big prayer for my sister Mama Bear. She had a surgery on her hip, and we want her to get well very soon, my friends. Wait a second, I'm just gonna get some drink, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish the whole bloody case, guys. It's we just here for an hour, so we have another hour, guys. Okay. Olha, tirei aqui a parte que não consigo nada. I just went to get the blanket because I haven't turned on the fireplace, and I think I do regret it. Roger, good morning, my brother. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Okay, let's put some other music, guys. Here we go. Maybe because, okay, meanwhile, the disappearing of the cloud happens 1 hour after the airplane of the base of San Jacinto had abandoned the contact. In relation to detection on the Tuesday, the 4th of January, I can say that the case was registered by a friend of mine, and it happens on a similar way to the one I told. On that day, the object came in the same region, but dislocating a little bit on a further pathway along 50 miles of the other pathway, a little bit more to the right, okay? And it followed to the region of Guarda, okay? The other one that happened the way before, it came down, but it came to Guarda, okay? From now, we only know that, okay? It follows straight after by an interception of an airplane over the referred area, during which the pilot lowers, but he doesn't see anything. Wait a second. So they sent an airplane again for this one as well, but he did not see anything. So on the precise area where the disappearing of the object happened, it will be verified on the next day by the paper, the newspaper, that it coincided precisely with the zone of observation of one of the witnesses of a humanoid on the exterior of an object, which means on the air on the zone of Carrapito in the neighborhoods of Guarda. Okay, so we need to find where is Carrapito. Okay, it doesn't say here. Okay, but it's close by. Okay. Um, Damn, this is interesting. The register of that target is made by the radar of inland once that the pilot does not get visual contact. Therefore, later we were comparing the pathway that had stayed marked on the room of operations, and we proved that effectively the last signal on our radar that had adjusted to the area where one of the witnesses had seen the humanoid, and that the object suddenly disappears from their sight. On that day, the object became to be referenced further south, ending what it looks like sorry, I have to repeat this. On that day, the object was referenced further south, and it ended up getting further away on the pathway of the ocean through the area of Peniche. Okay, so basically, guys, this other UFO came down here. Here, it was sighted a humanoid on inside a craft by a witness, and then it came down this way. Okay, more or less a little bit here. Peniche is a bit here. Okay. Um. Okay. So this witness that saw the humanoid inside a UFO. Let me. So a humanoid on the exterior of an object. Okay, so it was on the outside. Crazy, guys. Um, The type of signal then registered was identical to what for me was detected on Friday the next day. Still, in relation to the interception of Tuesday, it occurs during the day and not coinciding only with the hour of observation of the witnesses inland. Meanwhile, it is possible that the object had maintained for a long time on the area of the Guarda. Wow, guys, this case is really, really detailed, guys. Do you think these cases could be fake, my friends? Please tell me what you think. Do you think I'm reading crap? Tell me. Oh, kinetic brother, don't talk about ski. You know why, brother? Because I'll show you why, brother. One of the things that has been appearing on my phone, it's this, guys. You might think it's a bit crazy, but not me, guys. So I've been watching hundreds of these cases, guys. So yeah, I've been watching a lot of these cases of Waffle Daves, my brother. Good morning. How are you doing, my brother? Talking about Waffle Daves, guys. Get your sweet on, okay, my friends? Get your sweet on. My friends, please connect with my brother Dave's while he's here. And he will connect back to you because he's here. Love you, my brother. You have the pleasure of meeting my beautiful brother, Waffle Daves. Waffle Daves, apparently there is a guy called Waffles on another community and he's causing some problems. He's trolling a friend of mine. Ray, what's up? So apparently this man or woman called Waffles, we don't know, is trolling a friend of mine. And so yesterday I was like, "Hey, my brother, I have a very good friend called Waffle Daves. Don't worry, it's not the same guy." And while I was there was always some trolls like saying some BS. And look, when the trolls go up, guys, I love it because I start trolling with them and joking and uh, insulting them. It's beautiful. Adrian, Ninja Dave, my brother, love you very much, Ninja Dave. Yes, but Dave's, the interesting thing is that he wasn't blocking them. They would go in, insult him, and then I would send a few jokes that way. And then my brother, he would start trolling with them and he would not block them. And I would not block them either. I would just insult them. If they talked about guns, I would talk about my axe. And I said, "Look, you can come here to Portugal anytime. I'm waiting for you." I don't know if you know, but our rivers are very dangerous. And a few tourists have been found on the river because they mess with the wrong crowd. The football crowd, the soccer crowd, guys. When they come here, they better be careful because they get them in those weird spots that they kind of have to jump to the river to stay afloat. And if they don't know how to swim, it's very hard, guys, because our river is like a death trap. It's very dangerous, this river, guys. It's not very long and it possesses a lot of strength. So it's like the kids jump from the lower part of the bridge, but there is tourists that jumped and they never came back up. Oh, Kinetic. Wow, my God. Playing for Sevilla. Amazing. Yes, he did come here, right? He was here. on his later stages, right? I suppose that was when he was. Either way, my friends, you know I love you, but we need to get on with the case, okay? I want to hang a little bit with you before. Either way, just to tell you, Waffle Daves is my brother, and we love you, brother. And please, I wish you a lot of health, brothers. Health is all we need. If we got health, the rest is comes with work, with time, with patience. Distant eyes. Okay, let's continue, guys. I don't know where we were. Oh, here we are. Some statements and curious analogies. Everybody, connect with my sister Mina. We love you, sister. Mina, are you you're Hindu, my sister? Am I correct? Please watch the video of my sister Sangeeta, Mina, my friends, okay? At least watch 3 minutes and comment, okay? Please, my friends, you can go now if you want. I don't mind, guys. I'm gonna be here for longer than 3 minutes. Show her some love. She's a beautiful supporter. Oh, sorry, sorry, Ninja Daves. Love you, my brother. Ninja Dave, how are you doing, my brother? John P loves you, you know that. Yes, Dave, I'd love to know what you're talking about. The Gemini. Let's continue. Dá. Dá. Sim, sim, espírito. Okay, guys, we're gonna do a little 5-minute break, okay? We're gonna have to vacuum clean the living room, okay? Wait a second. Ou tá no chão ou tá no móvel. Pensa nele. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm gonna have to mute it, guys. Not now, but when the vacuum starts, I cannot do anything, guys. I can only mute. See? See you in 5 minutes. That's gonna be the next magazine. Are you ready, my friends, for the next magazine? Carlos, do you remember this, Carlos? That's not Fatima, that's in the north, Carlos. Amarant is well north, where I live. Kids again. The apparition. Are you ready? We're almost there, my friends. John P loves ya. You can go for a coffee break, go pee pee. We'll be back in a few minutes.
Já pode falar alto. Já pode pôr os teus amigos falar francês.
Olha, 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 olha.
É o aspirador, faz este barulho.
Eu sei.
Deve ser a asfixia.
Our vacuum cleaner does a noise. Weird noise.
Going to the city,
Feeling fine.
today is the day, gonna let my
Worries unwind. DJs,
adventures,
gonna make it alright.
interview with John
The adventures
holding on
tight.
to the rhythm, feel the groove, together we'll set the mood, just me and you. Under the sun, we'll dance all day with reggae beats, we'll let our worries
Fade away.
UFOs and the paranormal in the air, mysteries, adventures,
Stories to share.
chilling with
My
my
crew.
feeling the love, spreading positivity like a
Message from above.
All we message from above.
Não preciso, Tata.
Não tem mais nada.
Veja só se é preciso fazer sopa para a menina.
Só se eu deixar que não tinha para a minha
Sim, sim, sim.
In the year 1970, Raymond did a roll of love for nature guided him. An adventurous soul, he saw wild adventures where the mysteries loom. Bigfoot and Dogman is searching for blue. With each step he took, the trees whispered his name. Through mountains and valleys, he played nature.
Raymond!
He gazed
We
into
love you, brother Raymond!
where the legends reside, guided by his heart on this epic wild ride.
Thank you for keeping us company today, my friends. It's very cold.
Chasing ancient footprints where no man prevailed. The night became his ally as moonlight intertwined in search of cryptids with a restless eye.
Ta-da-dum. John P loves you, my friends. Thank you so much for being patient. I do have some cleaning, guys. This house has a lot of kids. They destroy everything. They get all food on the ground. We have to clean it up, and then we have ants going in because the ants love rocky houses. and the little cracks, and it's crazy, guys. And yesterday it was windy, so I couldn't have the fireplace. It causes a little bit of dusty and stuff. I don't know, it's just a bit crazy, guys. So you conclude with this case, guys, that this bizarre cloud overflew a part of the Portuguese territory, okay? And to the date of the other observations, less bizarre. The words of the controller of the radar system come to give a new consistency to the description of the pilots in charge of intercepting and identifying this mystery.
Susie be on a quest. Nature's melody. Music in her chest. The rhythm of the trees. The harmony of the sky.
In fact, it is not the first time that these clouds appear behaving in a different way of usual clouds. And why do we conclude this cloud wasn't normal? Because by its own behavior and of analogies with other typical cases that we have investigated, and we feel we are in the presence of a mean of camouflage, securing a minimum of guarantees, such as the end in sight. Observe without being observed. Therefore, to synthesize camouflage, okay? Therefore, we synthesize this curious observation. We can reunite the following facts. From according to the report of the controller, experienced man and knowledgeable on what happens in the level of detection. Number one, the echo register could not be mistaken with what usually we denominate as Angie, a pseudo echo or a pseudo blip produced by natural phenomenon. They say inside brackets, atmospheric, thermal inversion, cyclonic nucleus. This cloud is strongly electrified. This cloud is highly electrified, and that's why the what's up, Red Bull Princess, my sister? That's why the pilot didn't want to cross it, okay? Translating on the screen of the radar for a false image under the form of irregular spots or evanescence, usually static. let's see the clarity of the words of the controller. Not only about the characteristics of the signal, identical to the ones of an airplane. In between various clouds of the same type, and following the description of the police agents, military agents on the police station of Sernancelho, only one of them emitted a signal detected as much as the station on land as for the airplanes in flight. And what coincides in absolute with the localization of the referred cloud, this definitely defined as being a clear cloud, a very similar to a cumulus. Okay, in Portuguese is cúmulo, so I suppose in English is cumulus, okay? But please check the cumulus clouds, okay? Similarly to the rest of the ones that were static floating on the region. We could ask if there was nothing abnormal on the interior of the cloud, this would emit a knitted signal of a material target. Fact that did not happen with the rest of the cloud formations on the proximity of this strange cloud, which was clearer than the other ones, which means that if it's clearer, I would guess that it has less water because the stronger clouds, they usually are packed and dark, okay? In between, okay, irregular or evanescent, usually static. Let's see the clarity of the words of the controller, not only to the characteristics of the signal, identical to an airplane. Oh, sorry guys, I went a bit, I went backwards a little bit. Clear, cumulus, similar. Interior is emitted a signal knitted of a material target. Fact that does not have. No. Third note here. Going back to the data about the velocity of dislocation of this cloud and the wind, we can conclude, guys, that most part of the pathway is made on the same pathway as the wind, which was a medium calculated velocity of 40 knots. Therefore, the velocity registered in relation to the cloud is of between 70 and 80 kilometers per hour, which coincides perfectly with the force of the wind. This could look paradoxical. Meanwhile, the idea of being an object concrete involved by the cloud, but it isn't. We only need to know that at a given stage, when this cloud is seen by the second cloud, when the cloud is seen being followed by the second interception of the airplane that had left the base of San Jacinto, the controller notes that suddenly the velocity of the cloud goes from 70, 80 kilometers per hour, which means 40 knots, I think, to 200, 300 kilometers per hour. A behavior too intelligent for a normal cloud, and seen as follows. It stops flowing on the with the wind's flow, and it accelerates at a velocity which is too much evident. Fourth, immediately after it happens on another point, something which is a little bit disturbing. The fact that the cloud comes followed and then it stops exactly over the river Mondego. As the wind did not suddenly stop for a moment to the other, the immobilization of this cloud during a quarter of an hour over the referred river justifies to us the presence of a device of a material on its interior. Full stop. We know that since a while that the UFOs utilize certain corridors in their dislocations. Many times they coincide with rivers or geological cracks on the ground. In very profound geological cracks, okay? The attraction of the UFOs by the water courses justify themselves because, being the water the best electrical conductor than the ground, it permits a substantial equivalent to a magnetic weaker field, okay? The manifestations of these types of clouds, we're almost finishing, my friends. 5. The manifestations of these types of clouds containing more than water vapor have been current on the length of history. The case is very divulged. Occurred on First World War at the peninsula of Gallipoli. Oh my god, guys, I'm starting to get chicken skin now. Guys, I have a case of a friend, a mother of one of my best friends, that she told me that one day she came outside to her garden and she looked to the sky and she saw a cloud very low coming in her direction. And guys, it was so low and it scared her so much. Wait a second, my wife's calling. That she had to run inside her house of fear. Diz, linda. Sorry, guys. It was my wife. Okay, I'm gonna put a music for my brother Gigi. We love him very much. Okay, let's finish this. I'm getting chicken skin, my friends. It means it's gonna be good. Where are you? 5. There's a story on the First World War that contains a similar headline about some strange clouds, okay? And they say on the peninsula of Gallipoli, at the time that the Allied troops were fighting the Turks, the Turkish fighters, over the quota 60, several hundred men were entering a cloud, a color gray, whitish color, with about 350 meters of length, that was immobilized over the area. When the last soldier of the English troop got in the cloud, this cloud elevated in the sky. Listen to me, guys. This is important. This cloud elevated on the by others that followed them, taking with them the troops, the whole troops. On other similar cases, there had occurred, reaching even some airplanes and their respective pilots. Then, instinctively or not, the pilot of the FAP had refused to go in the cloud. Do you remember the story? One of the a fact that gives respect to the identifying of a UFO in the area of the city of Guarda, and the same day in which 2 witnesses observed a humanoid and an object of low altitude. Therefore, still, there is no time coincidence, okay? There was more than a witness. There were witnesses observed a humanoid and an object at low altitude. Please, my friends, let there be the description of this humanoid. Please, please. I just want the facial reconstruction. If you can do that, I will be happy. Okay, let's see, guys. Still, there is no time coincidence. The witnesses inland, they make the... I have to go to page 20 now. Beautiful case, guys. I think it's page 16. Yes. The witnesses on land, they make their observations during the night of the morning of the day 3rd to 4th. Meanwhile, the radar detection register the signal during the 4th day, unknown to us and the controller, the exact time of this registry. So there is a little bit of a time on the 4th day, okay? And remember, it is normal if the UFO goes low, the radar will not capture it, okay? That's why airplanes go very low, so the radars do not capture them, okay? Meanwhile, it is possible that the presence of a UFO had prolonged further than the visual observations, since that there is the geographic coincidence of the radar detection and later posterior to the witnesses made from land between 9:30 and midnight and a half from the 3rd to the 4th of January. We're done, my people! Beautiful. I'll leave you with the UFO photo from a UFO made from a resident of Yonkers, Vincent Derna, in 16 of the 12th of 1966, Lake Teoracti, New York. Beautiful. Hope you enjoyed, my friends. So I'm just waiting for my wife now to arrive so we can lunch together. She said I could lunch alone, but I'm gonna wait for her since it's for her first day she's laid off, my friends. So my wife found a job, a temporary job on a Mercy Association, and she's not going today, but she had to go there today. 7, love you, my brother. Everybody, please connect with my brother 7 Spalding. Tiny K, we love you, my sister. 7, just because of you coming here, we're gonna put your music, but this time we're gonna put the second male version, which I do love as much as the other one. How are you doing, my brother? I'm so happy you're back, 7. We love you very much, my brother. Tell me, how is your car, man? Is your car fixed? What does it need? What can we help you, my brother? You know we're here for you, my brother. Everybody, Tiny, check my brother 7. He's amazing. Red Bull Princess, please check my brother 7. Shani, you're gonna love my brother 7. Free Spirit, you're gonna love him. He's amazing. Kinetic, he's a force of nature. Andrew, you know him. Ninja Dave, you may know him. Sangeeta, if you don't know my brother 7, please connect. He's a beautiful soul. Adrian, you may know him, but if you don't, please connect. Dave's, I know you love him and you know him. Ray the Gamer, please connect with my brother 7 Spalding. Just giving a little force for my brother 7. Nibi Ranch is on the making, my brother. I can tell you that. Subby, what's up? Have a wonderful day, my brother. Sister. I think you may be my sister, Subby. John P loves you. Either way, don't be angry, okay? Road King, please connect with my brother 7. He's beautiful. Roger, you know my brother 7. I know that. You've been here for a while. Okay, my friends. Colin Wardlaw, please connect with my brother 7. Photos, Demi, please connect with my brother 7. He's amazing. Let's give him a little push. Chair Bear, check my brother 7. Carlos, I know you know him. Usain C180, please check my brother 7 Spalding. Shani, my sister, you're awesome. Thank you for stopping by. Full Throttle. Peter Benton, love you, my brother. Oh my God, Peter, thank you so much for the support. Sandra Martin, Glenn, check my brother 7. Check my brother Waffle Dave's. Curb Classic, love you, my brother. Please connect, everybody. Paulvin Wolven, Onin, Mike, Terry, Warren. Wow, we had a lot of people today. Grizzly, my sister, and Daniel, my number one today. Brother, firstly, where are you? So I can, if you want to tell, if you can tell, okay? If you don't want to tell, just tell me if you're alright, if you're on a safe place. When I didn't hear from you, Brother Seven, I had to go to our sister Rock Hound, and I left her a comment, and she told me that you weren't there. So she didn't say what it was, but I guessed you probably didn't go eye to eye with something. But still, Brother Seven, remember, you were there for a while, and she was a blessing, my brother. And remember, sometimes people want to help out, but then when it starts to get routine, they start getting worried. Thank you, my brother. Remember, I will always be here, my brother. Please send me an email if you want, if you need, my brother. I was worried. Our sister Bonita was worried as well. She came to ask me, Jamie, love you, my brother. Jamie, you may know my brother Seven already. If you can, please connect with each other. Jonas! Jonas, connect with my brother Blistering Barnacles and Seven Spalding and Tiny K and Shani as well. John P loves you, my friends. Seven, I've been talking with Brother Max. You know, remember Seven, our sister Rock, you could have not seen eye to eye with her after a while, but please feel grateful for the time you were there. Oh my God, Jamie, please share our sister Shaz right now. She's our beautiful supporter, Jamie. Bless her, man. Jamie, you can bet my ass. We will never be apart again. Me, you, Shaz, Nessie, okay? You know I will never forget my beautiful friends. We don't forget our beautiful friends from the beginning. Bless you, my brother. Senate, what's up, my brother? Yeah, I know, brother. And you know, when things get too dramatic, what I do is I just turn off and continue live and continue the support. You know, some things are meant to be private, you know. I know sometimes I do go on to public and I talk crap about, you know, some guy that, you know what happened a few time ago. Either way, I do not hate anyone. I want his best. I'm actually praying for him to go to a dentist and maybe reduce the drink, okay? I do have that advice for my friend or ex-friend. I'm not gonna say his name because I do respect. Oh, this is my brother 18 Wheels. Okay, I'm just scraping the top of the banana so I can eat it. Okay. Oh, it's 1-5 here. Bless. I was getting worried. Bless Senate, my brother. Take care of those beautiful plants. Love you, brother. I was hanging with my who was actually wait. I don't remember Senate, but I was hanging with someone yesterday. It was either Ogo or Goat, one of those, my brothers. And someone there said good things about you, so bless you, my brother. I'm connected to you, Senator, for a while, don't worry. Beautiful. Hey guys, let me show you another photo. This is another UFO. It's called a known series of photos called the Rex Heflin, made in 3rd of August in 1965 in Santa Ana, California. And he was driving the truck, look. Beautiful. So guys, when we go back and we talk about this case that we did today, the moving cloud, they are talking about the First World War where the English troops used technology of a white cloud to travel, to invade Turkey. Okay, my friends? So guys, as you can start imagining and believing, guys, is that this technology has been here for a while. First World War, guys. This tech has been here for a while. The silent, moving very quickly, technology to release water vapor, maybe in a different kind of a material, still innocuous like air, but people do not see. Okay, people cannot see inside. So guys, I do believe, I have to admit, guys, I do believe that these instrumental wars, the big wars, they are caused and perpetuated on purpose by the people who have this advanced technology. Okay? So, I would guess that either some of us are much more advanced than others in certain areas of science, or we could be helped by these NHIs, the non-human intelligence, aliens, grays, all of them, okay? We could be guided in a certain way, and these wars are just a result of this spreading of religion, you know what I mean, free living, living free thing, you know, the European and American lifestyles. So guys, is there politics involved? Very likely, okay, my friends? I do not like to go very often on that, but there are many signals, like the Egyptian being helped by non-human intelligences. Steve Mira, we had an interview with him, and he was talking that one of the kings of Egypt wore a knife made with a metal that fell from a meteorite, and it was said that that metal, because iron is said to protect you from these phenomenon. So metal is a good way to keep the UFOs away from you. 311, what's up? Please connect with everybody. 33, leave me a comment on a short of mine so I can connect back with you, okay? Socks. If you spell socks. I do, Portuguese does provene from Spanish, but people say I do have an American accent. Okay, so everybody, please connect, okay? Waffle Supreme. Where was I, my friends? What was I saying? I forgot. So I do really think that these technologies, they could be spy technologies. They could be like a blimp with some sort of guiding drone technology, releasing. It could be producing vapor, but if you think about it, guys, it could have a propulsion system that the result is water vapor. I heard about motorized cars and motorbikes built before with water being the fuel, and the result was water vapor. So guys, what we're talking, it's not impossible sciences, okay? This could be Spanish blimp with the technology of creating vapor and to keep afloat. And then when it stops creating vapor, it could have like a reflective cloaking color that it's no longer seen by the radars. Okay, so there are ways that you can explain, it could be a technology that sucks the clouds inside and keeps the water clouds close. It could be like an attraction to the cloud, so wherever it goes, it glues to the water vapor. You know what I mean, my friends? So guys, what we're talking, I do believe that it's not. It could be aliens, it could be us. Okay, guys? That's the reason why the military pilot did not go inside the cloud, because it knew about the story of the First World War, where the English soldiers squadron were all seen entering a cloud on the ground, and then this cloud elevated into the skies where it went to the target areas. Okay, guys? So it could be a helicopter. There's no reference to the sound. Okay, but it could be a blimp with a little station underneath, like the German Zeppelins, maybe smaller. Yes, it could be cloud seeding. It could be some technology attracting the cloud into it and kind of gluing it to it so it's not seen visually, you know what I mean? You've seen those UFO videos of the thunder falling and a huge UFOs appear, guys. I saw one the other day. Beautiful one. I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you some UFO hotspots that I see, okay, guys? Okay, sorry. I'm just sending a message over here. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, so I do have a beautiful channel. This guy, he does have some good content. Oh, Sophia is live. I don't know if you know Sophia, but she's beautiful. Sister, we love her. Oh my God, they're talking about the extraterrestrial bacteria that killed the Brazilian on the American press. Oh my gosh. It's getting hot, guys. Okay, I'm trying to see. Okay, so I just heard of Norway is preparing their inhabitants for expropriation of houses, cars. Oh my God, what happening there? Boats by the military forces. Okay, so this. And it's because of Russia, okay? So, guys, you probably be better preparing because the North countries, they're going to be the first ones being attacked. Okay, this is my brother Ogo. I don't know if you know him. He's awesome. Oh my God, I need to charge the phone. But I want to see UFOs, okay? So I'm going to put here the channel. Here we go. 500 subscribers. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see this one here, guys. This is fair use, my friends. Okay, let me just do something quickly. Okay, guys, so my wife. Oh my god, I have to turn off the soup. I'm smelling the soup now. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's do it like that. And like this. Look. Ta-da! Okay, wait a second. Okay, so my friends. Oh, you can see it really good. 311 Amsterdam. Sangeeta. It's a purple one. Okay, let me put a bigger video, guys. Actually, this one is okay. I'll be back in a minute.
ago, the person writing the article would have been ridiculed. However, I've seen this on Times, I've seen this on the Financial Insider, Business Insider. I saw it on Dexter too. Like, everyone's talking about, and it's fascinating and scary. Why would our finances collapse? Like, what is happening? On top of that, there's even more UFO sightings happening this year than ever before. Like, take a look over at India, January 15th, 2026, where this strange object was seen seemingly rotating in the sky. But when you take a closer look, you'll see that it's not just rotating, it's deliberately moving around in different directions. And it makes no sense. Let me know in the comments what you think about this. Honestly, it's so strange to me. When I first saw it, I was like, well, it could be a balloon spinning or something caught in the wind. But when I saw how deliberate its movements were and how it was changing the direction of those movements, I'm like, that is, I controlled or intelligent. Something is going on with that. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that either. And there's more. Kmart, Texas, January 16th, 2026. Witnesses saw an object in the sky they thought may have been a glowing orb. However, upon pulling out their camera and zooming in, they see that it's actually two objects close together and can't tell whether it's two UFOs or one UFO emitting two lights. Take a look and let me know which one you think it is.
Sorry? Are we still going? Awesome! Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Oh, it's so cold here. Let me see if I can turn on the fireplace, guys. Damn it. No, we cannot turn the thing on, guys. Damn it. Really cold here. Let me get the heater close.
This started peaking a couple years ago with the New Jersey UFO incident, but I feel like 2016, we're only, what, the 18th of January?
We're losing battery as well. Oh my god, I forgot it. Damn it. Okay, so guys, we're pretty much done for today, okay? I'm gonna leave you another UFO video, and then we're going, okay? I do actually have some interesting thing I saw yesterday, guys, this morning. And I'm gonna show you a little bit, okay?
Happen in the future at some point, according to these movies that Marvin Jacobs was shown, that the world was going to come to an end. Basically, it looked like German planes were flying over the United States, dropping chemical and biological bombs, and people were choking in the streets, and then the Earth just ended. That's how this movie ended, and he wasn't given any sort of an explanation about this. He didn't.
Roger.
At the time, he thought, well,
okay, so I have a heater, like a oil heater.
They were just staring at him. He felt like they were studying him, maybe concentrating on his reaction.
But Roger, it has to be always on the minimum,
so he's lived with this
or else,
strange encounter with these beings where they took him away, took him to some place, underground place. It was huge, he said. It was as big as a football field.
It's one of these. Look, I'll show you. Okay, like that. It's a small one. I got another one more recent on my kid's room.
Before we go any further, I just want to talk about this, because people out there who don't believe in this phenomenon, really, you're making a huge mistake. This phenomenon is absolutely real.
I wake up in bed. I kind of sense someone was in my house, but base is very secure, so I wasn't very concerned. And I sit up in bed, and I lose consciousness. And in a second, I am in this cavernous space. I mean, it looked like an underground cave, but it was massive. Looked like perhaps a football field, the size of a football field. I looked at very damp. There was dim lighting, but I didn't see any lights. I look to my left and I see people, adults, children, in groups of maybe 3 or 5 against the wall to my left. And with every group, there's a grave. And these people are static. They're not moving at all. And it might have been, I don't know, 10, 12 groups of these people. Then to the right, to the left of me, there's a grave. And they grab me by my arms and walk me forward to like a movie screen, but it's
Oh,
just
nice. I
suspended
like
there.
that. Electric
I'm looking
furnace.
at what's holding it up, but nothing is just suspended there.
We used to
And when
have
I get on,
petrol
there's almost like a
heaters at the
platform.
house.
There's perhaps
It was a bit
8
expensive.
graves to the right of them, smaller
But then
graves,
when
and they're all
my
looking
father
at
passed,
my temporal lobe. And I'm looking at this movie screen. Well, a movie pops on,
the
and it's a a
the
scene of
tube
people
where the
walking
heating
around,
was going on,
a normal scene, and then overhead
it
aircraft like bombers.
my brother
And I thought
needed
they kind of
it
set this
on
up
his
for me because I was
house
in the aviation
for
field,
something else.
and maybe it was something I could relate to.
So he removed
And these
the
aircraft were target
petrol
aircraft.
motor,
And I
and
think
then I
this is the
sold the
greatest bomb
motor
that
like
ever
later
bombed
on. I sold it
America.
like
And they're saying it's
$100.
time
I'm
for
not
you,
sure how much.
this is your payback. And it's really strange. And I turned to
And
the
then
grave,
from then
which was
on,
immediately
our
to my
heating
right.
in our house
And I said,
was
what is this?
the
He said, Germany,
the
American Airlines.
recuperator, you
So
know,
what
the
are you charging
salamandra.
me this for? Doesn't make any sense. And they
It's
didn't
the
respond.
same as
And they're
this
bombing
one
away.
here.
It was the craziest
Okay, the
thing.
same as that one,
And
but
they actually
a
bombed
little
to the
bit
point
sturdier.
where it was a world war.
And it heated
And
the
the
downstairs,
next
the
scene that I'm looking
upstairs.
at is the Earth.
It was amazing.
And I hear this voice say, let's
But
go
we
for the
needed
world
to
is
have
over.
wood
The
there
world is dead.
constantly, and it was a little bit.
And I began to cry.
Still, guys,
It was just horrific.
it is
And I'm
an old
crying,
style
and
of
then the next
living.
thing I
It's
know,
not
I'm
like,
back in bed and the sun comes up.
electric
And so I can
everything
tell you
and
you can do what
you
you
don't
think
have
about
to
it for a
move
long
and
time.
stuff. So it's
And
not like at the house.
now
It
you're
still
seeing
needs
stuff on the news and you're thinking
some
there's
humph,
issues here with the United States and NATO, and all of a sudden you feel like maybe that
But
has some, maybe
it
that
does work
was
for me, guys.
a vision of the potential future or the
The
future.
fireplace for now,
Yeah, it's like a
it's
connection was made.
working.
I mean, I know
This
back
recuperator
then, I'm sure I heard who Donald Trump was.
is nice.
He becomes president. And now, there's these issues with NATO, and NATO and the relationship is not friendly anymore. So I began to think, because at the time I still thought this was madness. NATO, Germany's a NATO ally. And now I see, the NATO alliance and all these issues. So I began to wonder, how did they know this? How did they foresee, and this was really, how did they foresee this? And what does it mean? And why did you tell me this? Show me this. Now, I don't have a podcast. I've never written a book. I'm just a regular guy. I mean, this is is this something that's going to happen or could happen? So then it caused me to think, are these beings from
The
the future?
future.
And they're coming back to tell me this is going to happen. And what am I supposed to do? I'm telling you. So perhaps I'm handing you this ball, but I don't know what to do with this.
Freaking hell, guys. That's crazy.
Telling you.
I love
So
this man's
perhaps I'm handing
story.
you this ball, but I don't know what to do with this.
I know there are some people out there who will say, well, maybe it was just a dream or something to that effect. That's what some people will say. Well, let me just tell you, right? We have evidence now that shows we're not alone, okay? I'm just going to go through a few cases here that I talked about on this show over the past year, okay? For one, there was a case that occurred. I didn't talk about this until recently, but it originally occurred in Rhode Island back in 2024, okay? Now, there was a man named John who lives on this property, a rural property in Rhode Island. He captured what looks like some sort of an orb that was floating around his property in August of 2024, and it splits in two. And I talked about this case on my show last year,
Yes,
late
I've
last
seen
year.
this case.
John actually appeared as a guest on crime scene reconstruction
This
expert
case is
Scott Roder's
freaking
podcast
awesome.
late
Loved
last
it.
year to talk about this incident as well. And to me, right, it's possible that what we're seeing in this is some sort of a non-human intelligence controlled phenomenon occurring. That's what I think is possible. Is it proof? No, this does not constitute proof. But when this orb breaks in two, it looks like we see what could be beings on either side of the orb all of a sudden that weren't there
Translucid.
before. There was nothing there before, and then all of a sudden it looks like there could be beings. Now I know I've heard from some people who say that this is just spider
Pareidolia.
or spider cocoons or something that's close to the camera, and we're just I'm making a big mistake here. But the problem that I have with that argument is that you see something appear next to this smaller orb that breaks off from the larger one. You see something that looks potentially like extraterrestrial. And on top of this, right, we know that John was having strange stuff happening to him. He was feeling fear for reasons unknown, right? There was all kinds of stuff that's going on in his life. He's having experiences himself and that he can't explain. And then you have this showing up on his security camera late at night, and then on the same night, another security camera pointed in a different direction on his property, captured some other weird anomalous stuff going on. There's no explanation for any of this stuff, right? To say, well, it could be anything, and that's true, right? Maybe it is, right? You could say maybe there's something there, maybe not, or you could say some people are going to say, well, this isn't true because non-human intelligence that's not proven. Okay, you could think that. So you keep that.
This guy's
In your back
freaking
of
awesome,
your mind. That's
guys.
fine, right?
He's a
So
private
that's
investigator, ex-cop.
I talked about I had a young woman come on the
So you can see, guys, that I do value a lot the police force and their
something that occurred to her and her former partner
great investigators. Sometimes a really good one appears, guys, and this is a case.
Experienced a weird teleportation.
He is really freaking good, guys.
In the previous episode, if you
I've been trying to send him messages on the comments, but I guess he's too big now and he doesn't see my comments. Look, it's not his fault. It's, when you get too big, I guess you just don't have time.
In Cave Junction in Oregon, and when they got to this place,
You're investigating, right? You're busy.
Saw what looked like an alien.
So I have to thank my brother Steve Mira for being a really down-to-earth, humble friend and having joined us, guys. It was, I tell you, sometimes these beautiful souls enter our lives, and
I know some people say, well, maybe it's not true because
it's amazing.
So it can't be an alien. I know that's
incredible, guys.
Just keep that in mind, right? Keep that in
and
mind.
So yeah, it's been a really good ride, guys. We're almost at 2,000 subscribers.
Last year I talked about it a lot.
I need 40, maybe less than 40.
Who captured something on her.
My brother Willie, he must be almost 1K. I'm quite sure he must be 1K. He was 8 subs yesterday from 1K, guys. So I'm so proud of my brother Willie's Desert Hangout. Are you there, Waffle Daves? Our brother Willie's, man. Beautiful man.
And she captured what looks like
I feel so much what he's feeling, man. It's incredible.
There's been a lot of debate about whether this is an alien creature or not. There was this group called the Corridor Crew, a very popular YouTube channel.
I just feel happy that our brother Willie did all he could for his mom, and he's still there for her.
And on top of it, 15 minutes
incredible, man. It's heartwarming, brothers. My brother Willie, what he's going through now.
Near her, next door, right? She heard
Please check him out. Willie's Desert Hangout, okay?
It scared her so much. This is right before
we love you very much, my brother.
Early June. And she's heard these
and when we have to cry, we'll cry together. Anytime, my brother.
There's no explanation really for these things.
You were there for
you
me,
can't prove one way or the other whether there really was
brother
an alien
Willie.
walking by Jessica Ortiz's
You
house
were
and
the
found it. It
only
looks like
person that I was
I think
able
it
to
probably is,
relax
right?
and
You
cry
can't prove 100% that there
on the
that what
day that
the
my
screen
mom
capture
passed
captured
away.
in
It
her
was
grandmother's
incredible, brother.
backyard
Now
in
I look
2018
back
was an
and
alien. There's just not enough
I'm
visual
so
evidence there.
thankful you were
All you
there.
really have is
Really,
her story and the video that she
freaking
provided.
incredible,
And then, of
man.
course, with John from Rhode Island, we can't prove
Really
that 100% either.
beautiful,
However,
beautiful,
right,
beautiful.
all of those things, right, just like Marvin Jacobs' story, right, people could wonder whether it's real or not. Some
We
people
all
say,
have
well, maybe I
we
believe
all
it. Some
have
people
so
say they
much in
believe it. Some
common,
people say they
guys.
don't believe it.
We're all
But guess what?
humans,
It's a strong
you know?
possibility that it could all be real. And there's a good chance that they are real. And I'll tell you why. Is because there's no question. There's absolutely no
We all
question
want to
about it.
be
We are not
here.
alone here,
We
folks.
all
And
want
we have
to
the evidence now. We just have it.
hang out with
I
each
talk about it
other,
all the time on the show for
grow old
almost 2
together,
years
you
now,
know?
right? I've actually
There's
longer. I
another
couldn't believe it
life
until almost 2 years ago when we were able to prove without any
than the
doubt
real
whatsoever
life, you know? There's
that there's
the
something here. And that was the
internet
Portuguese
life,
UFO.
guys,
There's no
and
question about it. We have multiple
when we
different
have
security
something
camera
good
videos,
going,
police
it's a
body cam
blessing, guys.
videos,
It's
and
incredible.
also a
And
robo
that's
taxi
why I
video
love my brother
owned by
Willie, and I'll
Amazon
be there
capturing this object falling from the sky, and it
as
landed in a backyard in Las Vegas,
while
the
I
backyard
can,
of
you
a
know?
family called the Kenmore family. Okay, it landed there. We have the evidence of this strange object filmed from multiple different cameras, multiple different areas of the country.
This is the Miami thing he's
United
talking,
States,
okay?
the continental United States. It was captured. People in not just in Nevada saw it from falling from the sky, but people in Utah, people in California, and people in
So
Arizona
he's
saw it
pretty
falling from the
sure
sky.
that this
And then we have the
meteorite
witnesses.
was the
Not long after that thing
spacecraft,
fell from the
okay?
sky, there was a call made to a 911 call made by
Remember,
members of that
guys,
family, the father and son,
this
called
is a little bit,
911
I'm
to
not sure
report
if this
that
is
there were aliens in
assumptions,
their
you know?
backyard. They were terrified. It took the police over an
But the
hour to
truth
show
is
up.
that, guys,
Unfortunately,
the
it was glad they didn't get there
witnesses
right away.
don't
Maybe
lie,
the
man.
story
They
would
were
have gone
there
different
and
right now. Who knows?
they
But
caught
it took
it.
the police over an hour to get there. By the time they got there, it seemed like everything was gone. But let me just tell you something. They filmed a minute and 41 seconds worth of footage that was analyzed by a world-renowned crime scene expert, and that's Scott Roeder. Right?
Yeah.
Him and his team looked at that. They determined that
I
that
like
cell
Scott
phone footage
Roeder
was
too,
authentic.
guys.
There was no CGI in it. And when you look at that footage throughout that 1 minute and 41 second long footage, there's a
Let's see
lot.
if he shows it.
But now apparently crashed, and a lot of people there saw alien beings. And they're still talking about it. It's not been disproven all these years. That's because it happened. It really did happen, right? There's not the physical evidence to show it to anybody. We don't have anything on film at this point to show what the creature looks like, even though a lot of people did see these creatures. But something was definitely there. There's no doubt about this. You have to know this at this point. There's all these
Something
people
was there. We're
driving
sure of that,
a story
guys.
like this together and maintaining it for this long. Right? There's just no. It's 30 years ago now. It was January of 1996, 30 years ago. And then you think about the aerial school incident, which a lot of people talk about in the UFO field. I mean, how could you deny it? Over 60 little
Damn, we're
elementary
3
school
hours,
kids
guys.
see
Where is
on
my
the
wife?
see
I'm really
flying
hungry.
saucer and alien creatures.
Okay,
And one of the alien
2:30.
creatures
It's not too
communicates
bad.
telepathically to a handful of those kids, and they give them
I'm
visions in
gonna
their
have
head
to
of
leave.
destruction, and they give them this warning about technology, right? So we've been getting warned by just like similar to what happened to Marvin Jacobs, right, in 1986. It's like he was given a warning. These beings are giving us a warning, and I've touched on this before a little bit, but I think we really need to start driving this point home, right? Because they gave a warning to those kids in Zimbabwe in 1994, September 1994, in the aerial school incident. Then they not only they gave Marvin Jacobs a warning. Oh, and there's other people like him too. In fact, I received a message from other people about they had similar incidents happen to them. Right, showing similar kinds of stuff. Right, futuristic events. Right, you read books like this, "Walking Among Us," by David Jacobs. It talks about this alien agenda. Right, and then there's a lot of different people that alien abductees.
I know this name, that's why I'm laughing, guys.
What the future brings, and one of the things the future brings is.
But he's good. I don't know him very well.
With hybrids, alien hybrids on this planet, people to get on craft, flying saucers, and getting off the planet because everything's destroyed, everything's blowing up. Like that's the future.
What
that a
he's
lot of
saying
people,
is
a lot of these
what
abductions
Dolly
are being shown,
Saffron
right?
says on her
So here we
channel,
are,
my friends,
right? And it
okay?
seems like right now we're about
Is
to have
that
World War
there's
III. It
gonna
really
be
does. And let me tell you
a
something, the bombs that we'll
solar
have these days are way more destructive than anything that was
magnetic
used in 1945. Way more
problem,
destructive than the
and
atomic bombs that were dropped on Nagasaki
we're gonna go
and
back
Hiroshima
to
back in
Ice Age,
1945.
okay? To the
This could
Fire
be the end of the
Age.
world. And we are on the verge. We could have. It's very possible at this point in time. Let me just tell you something, folks. This is.
I'm not
It's
sure
time to be
about that,
warning
you know,
now.
guys. Do we know there's gonna be meteorites, whatever, falling on Earth? There is a chance, okay? We're always being hit, guys, constantly, okay? We're always being hit, okay, constantly. And
Really is because
our
let me tell you,
planet
we have the
protects us,
evidence now that
but
this is true. I want you to put it all in your head now. We have
there
proof
is
that shows
people
that these
saying that there's
NHI
gonna
are
be
real.
problems,
They're
guys,
absolutely positively
as soon
real.
as
They're really here,
2040.
right? And we could prove it in a court of law with the Las Vegas case. If that were to go to court, we'd be able to prove it. There's no
That
doubt
is in
about it.
15
But
years.
all these other stories that we're talking about, even
Okay?
though a lot of them don't have, the positive, absolute proof that would, convince a jury 100% that it really happened, right? But now you have to think, well, wait a minute, because this is real now. Vegas case is real. These other things other cases, they might be real. And that means what Marvin Jacobs was talking about might be real. That means what those kids in Ariel School were shown in the dreams or whatever they were shown in the visions that they were shown in their head. That might be real, right? All these alien abductees that researchers like David M. Jacobs worked with, and when they're under hypnosis, they recall these things. They were shown futuristic visions as well. All of this stuff might be real because we know that they are real. Whatever these entities are, whether they're from another planet or they're from here or whatever, right? They're trying to send out a message that we're going to destroy ourselves. That's what they're showing us the future. I don't know if there's a chance to make
And I
it
think
stop
it has to do
this
with
from happening.
overpopulation,
Maybe
okay?
there is. I really hope when it comes down to it that people in charge or people close to the
I don't know.
ones who are
There's a
in
lot of
charge,
space still, guys, you know?
figure out, wait a minute, we can't let him or whoever's in charge push that red button. We can't allow World War III to start because World War III is basically the end of the world. That's Armageddon. It will come to an end. That's what's going to happen if somebody starts firing nuclear missiles at other countries or country. It's going to be the end of the world, folks. And we're on the brink right now. There's a lot of threats getting thrown around right now, and it should be scary for everybody out there, right? If this happens, this is it. It's over. Your families, everybody here is going to go. And it will be for no good reason because we let things. I'll tell you what the blame is. It's us. It's not a.
Exactly,
Us
it's
them.
us.
It's us here. We're the ones causing this problem. We are the ones that are allowing this to go on. It's us. We need to get a grip. As a human race, we need to get a grip. That's what needs to happen. This is insane where we're at right now. And these futuristic visions that were shown to people by aliens, right? It sounds crazy on its face. I get it. I understand it. But here's the problem. We know that this is real. I know that it's real. I know you
It's
might not
freaking
believe me.
real,
I
everybody!
encountered one of these beings. I saw one of their craft up close. There's no way it was something made by human beings. And here you have a retired Marine vet.
Is that you, Dolly, my sister?
After all these years,
John P. loves ya!
he's been telling them for years.
My sister,
And now all
good
of a
to
sudden,
see
the
you.
news, what he's been seeing on the news has concerned him to the point that he actually reached out to someone like me, and he came on the show and he laid it all out about what happened during his life with this phenomenon. And he told us about that vision that he had. And if that was real, and it could be, because guess what? These beings are real. You look at the Las Vegas case. You look at the Turkey UFO case. There's something here with us, and they're trying to give us a message. Right? If they wanted to destroy us, they would have done it already, right? Apparently, they were
A little black hole will be enough.
right? But the bottom line is, they are giving us a message to stop it, to beware. This is what's going to happen, and I think we're on the verge of it right now. And I just hope cooler heads prevail and prevent this from going that route. I don't know what's going to happen here, folks, but I am absolutely concerned.
Remember,
Other
guys,
people need to be concerned. Here we're walking
atomic
around like zombies
weapons,
here and
it's
acting like
the
nothing's
end
gonna
for
happen.
everybody.
Something's going to happen if things don't calm down here soon. It really is going to happen. And we might have been getting a warning from these beings for a long time. Again, they didn't show up. It seemed like they showed up in
How
force
are you
after
doing,
those
Raven, my
bombs.
brother?
1965 is when we start using atomic bombs
Thank
on
you for
places.
stopping by.
And now,
Big
1947,
hugs, everybody.
people were seeing UFOs all over the place. And ever since that time, what's the whole purpose behind it? Think about it. What was the purpose behind it? Something's telling us, whatever they are, we don't know what their full agenda is. We can't say. We just really can't say. But one thing that seems to be clear is that they have been trying to give us a message. Hey, this is wrong. I mean, they deactivated our nuclear missiles that were at Malmstrom Air Force Base in Montana back in 1967. Just ask Robert Salas. He was there. He was one of the witnesses. A lot of witnesses. There was a big UFO shows up. All of a sudden, all the missiles there shut down. When a UFO leaves, they activate again. They're there. They're back online. In Russia, it was an opposite kind of situation where they activated the missiles, getting them ready to fire. And
Yep,
they
I
shut
know
them
this
down.
case.
Almost like they're giving this
John, good morning.
scare us into
Dra Sweet, what's up?
what might happen.
Thank you for stopping by.
Is in charge and decides to
We're
start
waiting for my wife to have lunch.
countries or our country. It's going to be the end of the world, folks.
She went to pick up her things of, it was her last day of work, a temporary work yesterday.
Wherever they come from, they gave us this message.
So she went to get her things, and I think she went to the city as well. I don't know what she went to do. And I'm waiting for her to have some lunch. We had a good UFO today. Now we're watching my brother, Quirk Zone. He's an American investigator. He's amazing.
Holiday season died. Over 40 people died when that bridge collapsed. But leading up to that, there was all of these weird UFOs events. A Mothman. It's going to be the end of the world, folks. We got to
listen to this case.
People were shown a message by whoever these beings are, wherever they come
A
from.
bridge collapsed.
And it's time that we start thinking about this and make sure that this doesn't happen. I think this could be prevented. That's what I think. I mean, think about the Mothman prophecies.
Look at the
For
Mothman.
13 months it was going on.
13 months.
It started in 1966. It ended in 1967 with the collapse of the Silver Bridge.
Silver Bridge.
Point Pleasant in West Virginia, right? A bunch of people right around the Christmas holiday season died. Over 40 people died when that
Over
bridge
40
collapsed.
people.
But leading up to that, there was all of these weird UFOs events. A Mothman, a weird sort of humanoid that people were seeing, frightening them. A lot of people were having visions of death and destruction.
That happens a lot, guys. The UFOs, they tend to go over places where there's gonna happen things, okay? Disasters.
And then the phenomenon seemed to die down a little bit. This is what might be going on here on a bigger scale at the same time. All of this stuff, right? It's a warning about the direction that we're heading, and we're about to cross that line. That's what it feels like to me. And unless cooler heads prevail, then that's what's going to happen, and we're going to be done. Once the nuclear holocaust starts, then everyone's here is going to be dead, for the most part, unless there's some people
Very true, my
taken
friends.
away by these beings to someplace else.
Big blessings, everybody. We're not trying to scare anybody, okay?
That could be prevented if we calm down.
I wanted to show you something really quick that I was watching this morning. It's the same story. It's about Luis Elizondo. Why is the UFO 2027 cataclysm supposed to be the end of the world? Okay? He's talking this because apparently Luis Elizondo is building a bunker for him. So this could be more a military thing, you know.
Good information to have if that's what the ETs want to share with us. I mean,
Yeah, Raven, I would guess that
in 2027,
maybe not all of them, but
if they're going to give us
they all have the same,
2026,
how can I say it,
have some kind
mentality,
of
should I say it? I don't know.
right? all speculation, but let's look at.
There's gonna be a second round of politics, president choosing here in February, and the candidates who won is, one of them is a deadbeat guy that was expelled from his from being the president of his politics party, which is quite a big one. And this guy, he came back from the dead completely, guys. He was like, I never heard of him ever again when he was expelled from the presidency of the party. The other guy became a prime minister, and this guy, he kind of fell in forgetfulness. But guys, what happened was crazy, guys.
Then what is it? Is it
what happened
Bledsoe
was
says, Bledsoe has a hard date, by the way. He says
what happened,
Easter Sunday,
guys, was that
2026 is like his date. I've heard people say 2025 is when we begin this whatever, and like
he's got the most votes, the deadbeat guy called José Seguro. Actually, he does have my father's name on his second name. Either way, the other one, which won, the second one.
Or like a giant mothership come in, and that this is gonna happen.
Okay, this is fair use. We're commenting. This is Area 52, my brother. I do like him a lot as well. But I don't know if I should show this. No, I don't want to see Elizondo. I don't like him.
And here's his response to Lou.
And that's what I found the most interesting.
Okay, he's doing responses of people. That's what I do as well, guys. But I just want his. So basically, this second guy is a young guy. He's a fanatic supporter of the team that I most hate here in Portugal. I do not hate. I used to hate. They are good, okay, but they are not still a little bit, and it's always the mix, we're good, but we may steal a little bit with the referees and stuff. So this guy, he's extreme right, okay, guys. This guy is extreme right, and I do have a feeling that nobody wants the deadbeat guy. I don't know. I just have that feeling. I'm thinking of going to vote maybe in February, okay? I may have to go vote. Basically, I don't think I should go because I hate both of them. They're assholes. But I don't know if the second guy, the extreme right, it's the right time for him, okay? He tries to be more modest, right? But he does have some stupid, brainless people. Usually it's people, that fighting and stuff like that. They kind of have to because they're fighting against the left. And the left, it's basically everybody. Mainly most, people that you see on the streets is left. So guys, the deadbeat guy, he was a supporter of the left, the big left, the one that wins, but he was expelled. And then there's that extreme right guy. And when there was a normal politics, he should have gone, he became second bigger force, so it was really good for him already to be the second biggest force. He didn't win the medium left right in the middle one, not the one the party of the deadbeat guy who's number one for presidency. So basically, guys, I'm pretty sure that most of the big two parties that always win, which is the
the more left a little bit and the little bit more moderate left, those are gonna vote for the deadbeat guy. So most surely, guys, the deadbeat guy is gonna win the José Seguro. It's a guy with glasses. I call him deadbeat because he came back from the dead. Okay, guys, he was expelled and then he came back as a candidate to presidency, and now he didn't win because he didn't have an absolute win. Okay, so basically, guys, Portugal is gonna be a little bit shaky. Still, guys, it's only the president. I do think that, where there was a nice lady, Mrs. Joanna something, and she almost got in there, but they removed her candidacy. Okay, this is the mothership Jeremy's talking about. Remember? You remember that?
That Corbell even did it that way on purpose in order to throw off
the Atlas.
People who were probably going to try to track him down for spilling the beans. I don't know that. This is my speculation. But he did a pretty good acting job that made it so that the clues he gave us went right over our heads. And all we looked at was, look at this clown acting so serious. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. Jeremy Corbell might be doing that on purpose.
He's being paid
to protect himself, because he actually did present us with a very damning clue.
No, they don't, Raven. What's up, Stuart? Good to see you, brother.
2027. And
have a good afternoon. Okay, let me go and turn off the soup. I think it's ready.
It's shocking to me. Patrick keeps going. Let's keep listening to Patrick.
That he was sort of, pressured to come out and say this by people from the intelligence community, that there was something headed this way. And well, if you've been paying attention to the UFO community, there are a few UFO personalities out there who have been saying something is coming, and I'm building a bunker, and rhymes with Schmelizando, you know what I mean? And I can't talk about it, This is exactly what Jeremy is talking about.
Let's just talk about it. This brings me to the Atlas thing. Let's, if it's okay, let's jump into that. Everybody's asking what my opinion is on the 3-eye Atlas, object coming to Earth. Now, I'm not an astronomer. I'm not a scientist, but why they're asking me is because I made a statement back in January saying that, hey, there's a lie coming.
Okay, so my wife, she hasn't said anything yet. It's almost 3 o'clock.
A ton of statements about why I would say something like that. I'm not
Dolly, much love, sister.
I've explained to people.
Are you going?
Times, but people are asking about that. Now I don't know anything.
See you soon, my friends. If you're going, we're gonna just do a quick.
So there were so.
Patrick from Bennett demonstrated.
It's not gonna be long because it's 15 minutes, but I only want this comment of him.
Nixing the idea. He actually is going to help, even if indirectly. He's going to help convince people.
I forgot something.
It appears to me, again, I'm speculating, because Lou won't come out and tell it straight.
Pray that the weather gets nicer so we can
starting to be described in 2027.
We can turn on the fireplace.
Yeah, you guys thought I was a dipshit? Ha! I've got the bunker built. I'm ready for this. See what I mean? And so that will be
extra powerful in misleading the public into thinking, holy crap, this is it. The mothership is coming. Now, Corbell mentioned Avi Loeb, and I like Corbell's approach to Avi Loeb. That was the approach I took in many, many, many videos I did on 3i Atlas. I said Avi Loeb was entirely correct in being scientifically open, but he was pushing the narrative a little bit much. Yes, there were anomalies. So let's keep going here, because there is a real fascinating idea on this 2027. We know 3i Atlas is not it. It's not the right time frame, and it certainly came in like a comet, went around the sun like a comet, and went right back out just like a comet. A comet with anomalies, but a comet. If you want to get persnickety and say a piece of rock instead of a piece of ice, and therefore I'm wrong, it's not a comet, I'm game. This rock that has no alien characteristics at all.
Raven, see you soon, my brother.
Interesting, fun anomalies.
Have a wonderful day, my friends.
Is behaving just like a comet would, and it's leaving, and it ain't never coming
I'm
back.
just waiting for my wife to arrive. We're gonna close very soon, okay?
Corbell says the 3i
Maybe 5 minutes.
Not the 2027. So
I was looking for something, but I forgot what it was.
This is the city I built, leading a band of refugees.
Says the 3i is
Forgot
not
what I had
the
to do,
2027.
guys.
So this has caught on.
Oh, I remember.
We see 2027 bandied about a little bit. Let's do a little bit more investigative work with Patrick and Vetted, because I really think he's hit a home run. And for those who keep contending that Avi Loeb never once said it was a mothership, he certainly did. Granted, it puts the idea naive and scientifically uninformed, as well as the scientifically informed, and we are so hungry for spectacular UFO news that we get suckered psychologically by a mere suggestion, joking or otherwise, and thousands of hours of our lives are wasted on a falsehood and is still being promoted. But to say Avi Loeb did not say that is false. And here's the evidence for that. I think this is really important, because I've actually been criticized. This being told, you're mistreating Avi Loeb. He never once said mothership. Yeah? I've got a $100 bill says I'll bet that he did. Here's the evidence.
What Dr. Avi Loeb is doing might be a little bit different in the sense that he's just trying to be open and curious about this thing. And it is true that he's kind of the only one saying this, and he's not saying it definitively. He definitely always leaves open interpretation and whatnot, but he really try to push that this could be this thing. This is a tough balance. It's a high wire act here, right? Because at the same time, we want to be skeptical, but curious and open-minded. And so, how far do you go with things like this, right?
But if it happens to do a maneuver when it comes close to the sun, the way spacecraft do, using gravitational assist from the sun, that would definitely affect the markets, the financial markets, and politics on Earth.
Why? Because everybody will suddenly feel like, uh-oh, we've just been invaded? I mean, because if it doesn't maneuver around the sun, that would show it's not a natural object, right?
Yes, it will be a technological signature, but it could be also a mothership that releases mini probes that maneuver.
All right, there you have it. He said it could be a mothership. With his credentials at Harvard, with him having world renown, especially by the time this occurred, there's a lot of people who picked that up and started making UFO videos of Three Eye Atlas as the mothership or as not natural, etc. There were lots and lots and lots and lots of artificial intelligence videos who just made up all kinds of stuff. Angry Astronaut was a little bit more responsible in keeping with the more sane scientific approach of always emphasizing the anomalies and speculating, yes, but this means it's not a comet and therefore it could be a UFO, etc. But it's actually just like a comet with anomalies. Or
Guys, so I sold this mask.
anomalies. The one thing we know
I'm gonna send
at
it.
this point is that it's not a mothership. Now, I
Okay.
get it. There's still a possibility
But I
now
was-
that it's going
I
to
was
pass by
trying to
Jupiter,
find
get caught up
a
in
bag, a
gravity,
plastic
and come
bag.
back.
I
We'll
do not
see.
have one.
But I'm not going to get super excited and build a bunker to save my ass just because
I
that
can't find one.
possibility might occur. I'm not going to go that direction. Just where does this 2027 idea of the end of the world come from anyway? What astronomical or archaeological or ancient historic prophecy, etc., tell us about this remarkable year coming up?
Esta carrinha fez muita estrada, com os surfistas até ao mar. Vai transportar toda a criançada, numa família sempre a aumentar.
Carros, peças e muito mais. Complicar para quê?
Justo.pt
27.
Who has been talking about this mothership coming in 2027 and all this stuff? And I found one guy in particular. He's a former CIA officer, and his name is John
Oops, I don't want this.
Happen with that.
Oh no!
Right.
No, Ramirez, get out of here, Ramirez.
Build a secret like.
If we're all
Okay, let's leave it there.
infighting, we
Is that
won't
you,
have
JJ's, my brother?
speculating.
Good to see you,
On the
brother.
other hand,
Thanks for
the
stopping
reason
by.
now that they are willing to
Okay, I'm
talk
just
about
packaging
UFOs and give us full disclosure,
a witch
and they have.
face.
We've
Old.
got disclosure.
It's gonna go for
The fact that there are still those in the
I don't know where it's gonna go,
who
but
are screaming
it's gonna
for
go.
disclosure
It's gonna be
just
used
shows
on
they are doing their job better than we're doing ours.
Carnival.
They're dividing us
So very
and making
soon.
it so that none of it's believable, so that when
Okay, I need another plastic bag.
comes out and says, "Here comes a mothership," you need to grant us full power in order for us to build the necessary defense and weaponry to survive this mothership attack. And that's when they'll own us. Now, granted, that's my speculation. But if you've seen the way the world has gone, like I have in 65 years, you see it clearly that the governments of the world are seeking full power. None of them are accepted of that heinous kind of thinking. And the way to unify the agreement to give them total power over Earth and its defense is to make an external enemy. And what more perfect external enemy than a mothership coming in to destroy us? And if we don't pull our heads out of our butts, our own people
Beautiful.
are going to destroy us.
It's done.
Maybe
Okay, now I need
with a
some
little
good
bit of
tape.
luck, the new knowledge that the ETs are supposed to bring us this year will help us get out of this conundrum. Because for the last 50 years, I have seen the education of the general public be so dumbed down that there are actual videos out on YouTube that
Just doing the
have
package, my
lots
friends.
and lots of views
John P. loves ya.
that say,
Thank you for
so
stopping
and so
by.
date in 3 or 4
If
years
you have to
from
go,
now,
my
or
friends,
3 or
I'm
4
fine.
years
Don't
from now,
worry,
or
please.
however long, gravity is going to be
Just know
turned
that
off for
you
10
can take me
minutes
along.
or 8 minutes or whatever.
Thank you so
there's
much,
people
guys.
believing that kind of utter
These mornings are beautiful
stupider than
with you
dumb
here.
kind of thinking. We have people who say landing on the moon is a hoax because we've been so stupidly dumbed down and agreed to the dumbing down that we can't even tell basic
Damn it,
science
this tape is
and
not
fact
good for
from
this.
fiction anymore.
Damn.
So
Doesn't
if you
stick.
think you would disagree
Nope.
with that statement,
Actually, it
that's
does
good.
stick. Wait a second.
that's very good. But you're not the only one on Earth. We've got to
Okay,
get
it does
ready for
stick, but not very
everybody
well,
else.
guys.
And that's why this next segment that Patrick shows is so
So I'm gonna
astonishing.
do is I'm gonna
to
get
me.
another one. I'm gonna keep this one,
It
but I'm gonna
kind
get
of
the other one.
changed my paradigm
The stronger.
of who the good guys are and who aren't.
But it's
There's
much
a
more expensive as well.
That some of our very
I'm gonna have
best
to cut
favorite
small
heroes
pieces.
are the most disguised deceivers on our planet. And that's not comfortable for me. But we have to look at all angles. So
Don't gaslight us. Okay? If something's coming, say it and show the proof. Where'd you hear that? I have this.
I thought it was a really. I'm wondering, and I'm curious, how.
Sorry.
They're coming.
That I kept hearing.
I like
That's the person
Pavel.
who was
Pavel is cool.
going on in Congress, going on unclassified settings, talking to either Congress staffers or Congress members, because right now, probably the best possible choices, if these were indeed Congress members, would be either Congresswoman Luna, Congressman Eric Burleson, or Congressman Tim Burchett. Those are the names that kept popping up too. And I wouldn't be doing this video if I hadn't confirmation from various sources saying the same name. It was him, according to that. He's the one who has been telling these people that something is coming. It's very vague.
Was this Jeremy Corbell's way of sort of a secret message to Colonel Carl Nell, like, hey, buddy, talking about you, right? Without actually calling him out? I don't know. Maybe I'm connecting dots that aren't there. And the zero doubt thing wouldn't really be a coincidence had not Pavel not come out with that video stating that he's the one spreading this message. And then Jeremy says it that way in his video too, right? So I
Really
just
bad.
think there's some connection there. And in a way, I think maybe Jeremy's calling out Colonel Carl Nell for this.
There's zero doubt. I have zero doubt.
And again, it's somewhat speculative, except for all of the sources who are pointing their fingers at Colonel Carl Nell and telling what he's been doing. And this Ramirez guy who comes flat out and says, this is why we are now shifting gears, changing the narrative, and trying to convince all of you that the UFOs are real. But again, one of the most fascinating things that have happened is that they still haven't presented any evidence for it. Don't you find that odd? And I say evidence meaning physical evidence. Here's the problem. The videos
Okay, let's hope
are
it
now
sticks.
always going to be suspect. CGI can make better videos than actual video footage. Pictures have
I
always
think it
been
will stick,
suspect.
guys.
They're
Let's hope.
always fuzzy and no good.
Here's the
And
package
now I was in
with
Patrick
the
Dennis
witch.
live on the fantastic James
with the witch
Fox's
thingy.
discussion in Washington,
And I'm gonna
D.C.
deliver it
today
in
with
the afternoon.
Brazilian people who were dealing with the aliens and eyewitnesses are no longer even believed anymore. The comments in the comment section in the live chat was astonishing. I'm willing to bet over half of Patrick's audience, which numbered over 1,000 of us, I'm willing to bet half of them said, you're going to show us the evidence. I actually had a mild argument with one of the guys when he said, where's the videos and pictures? And I told him, you're not going to believe those when they show them to you anyway. So why are you asking? And he said, sure I will. And I said, bullshit. Videos are CGI now, and pictures have always been blurry. So who do you think you're kidding? He said, well, in that case, show me a real alien spacecraft. I said, you won't believe that either. He said, yes, I will. And I said, no, you won't. You'll see a craft, but that's not proof that it's made by aliens. And then he said, well, the material of the craft showing that it can't be made and that it doesn't come on Earth, doesn't come from Earth, will prove that it's an alien craft. And I said, yeah, and you think they're going to take that craft apart and let you personally examine those materials? And do you have the knowledge to prove they're not from this Earth?
Free spirit.
If you don't, are you
Big hugs.
seriously going
Thank
to
you
tell
for
me
being
you
here.
now believe
USA, thank you so
someone who
much
says this material is
for coming
alien,
back.
but you're not going to believe these people?
Hope you're enjoying. This is the Backyard
See how difficult
Professor.
this evidence issue really is.
He's a good friend of the channel.
So,
You know, I wish I knew him.
thinking critically. I want to thank Patrick from Bevan. I want to thank Pavel from Seco Activo. I want to thank Chris Ramsey from Area 52. I want to thank
Me
Jeremy
too. I want to
Bell
thank them
and
all
George
for
Knapp from Weaponized.
allowing,
Thank you for
maybe not
having
Jeremy.
so many good discussions, bringing forth the materials and evidences for us all to examine and analyze. And yes, I want to thank Lou Elizondo, who is bringing the discussion to the public, even though we're foolishly
He's
being
lying
led
many
into
times.
either favorable Lou Elizondo camps or not favorable Lou Elizondo camps, just like we've done with Steve Greer and George Knapp and Jeremy Corbell, etc., etc., etc. We, as a humanity, would do better, in my humble opinion, to unite ourselves in power instead of imagining that either one hero or the other is going to save the day. That's not how it works. So I hope we can have the wisdom to
My
carry
friends,
this
did you enjoy
forward
this?
in a good way that
3.5 hours. I
all
think it's
of
pretty
humanity,
enough.
instead of worrying about who's right, who's
I have
wrong,
some things to
so
do
that
this
we can
afternoon.
Say, see, I told you so. That would be my hope and proposal. So anyway, that's what I've got tonight. Thanks for watching the Backyard Professor Respond videos. I will respond with more just as soon as I can. I hope you guys have a fantastic night.
Oh yeah. Wonderful. My friends, we're gonna go now. So my wife, she should be arriving. I'm gonna wait a little bit for her. I'm gonna check out my brother Super Dave and some of you, my friends. So I hope you have a wonderful day, my friends, again. I hope you enjoyed the story. And I want to send a big prayer for my sister, Mama Bear, my
I live in
brother
South Carolina. I'm trying to prepare.
Wheelie's Adventures. We love you very much, my
catastrophic.
brother. We're here
I
with
just
you.
want everybody to know
And if
to
anyone
be
is
ready,
in
be
any
prepared for
pain
this
or
ice storm.
problem, please
Because
let us
if
know
it's
and we will pray for you,
catastrophic,
my friends, okay?
power outages for a long time, loss of life out, and a lot of these forecasts never pan out. But then
John P. loves you, my people. Sorry about that.
That
The storm is coming. That's what this guy is saying.
This is going to be one of those storms you probably remember for much
It's
of
in
your life.
In
Basically,
America,
the
so
whole
be careful,
more than the
my
eastern
people.
half of the United States is
John P.
going
loves
to be
ya.
below freezing.
Hope to
Most
see you
of that
soon.
below zero.
Usain, big hugs, brother. Free spirits, much love, my sister. Everybody, Jays, Raven, Stuart, Roger. Hope to see you soon, my friends.
Ice is unbelievably catastrophic. That is worse than what Texas experienced
Come on.
in 2021.